Yeah. Ha! Yeah, I'm so special, I'm so special, I'm so special, so special, so special. I'm like Ichigo, master in a red suit. This my Bankai form, I'm about to let loose. Better make your next move your best move. Straight out the gate, niggas gon' hate and try to test you. Watch who you with, who your mans, who you next to. If you take a hit with son assist like a nephew,
you can never check us. Homie, this a chess move. Wrote this on a little short bus, I'm so special. If Mav say get him, I'ma get him. Ain't no talking when I pull up. Park up, hop out, run down with my hood up. Now what the fuck are you hating for? Can't DFG get money anymore?
Turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
So let me tell you how this started, okay? We were having a conversation. Can I just go into it?
It's too late to stop now. Let me tell you how this started.
We were having a conversation about Prop1 on an episode. And I didn't have the background. Remember, I kept telling y'all, and I know some of y'all was in the comments like, oh, she don't know, don't be talking about something. I did not vote in New York because I don't live in New York. So I was not familiar with what the law was when it comes to Prop 1, right? It wasn't on my ballot. What I said to you, Spin, was that I didn't know the law. And I'm not going to talk about something on this platform. It's very important for me to be informed. So I'm never going to just say something on this platform if I don't have the background and I haven't done the research. That's very important to me. So I know that a lot of platforms will get out, people say this and say that. So when you see me not responding, or when you see that I'm not going to engage in something or debate someone, 9 times out of 10, if I'm debating you, I know what I'm talking about. Because I'm a Gemini. And I know I always think I'm right, but I think most of the time I am. So I'm gonna just say, you know, for the audience out there, I was not well versed on what Prop 1
So
was.
now that you are, what do you think about Prop 1?
It's not about, I already had my conversation before. What I said was that the language was too vague because I can't repeat it off the top of my head. But this was about gender, what
reassignment.
Gender reassignment surgery. Sorry, I couldn't get it. We were talking specifically about gender reassignment surgery. And what did you say about that with regards to Prop 1, Spin?
It's setting up the stage for kids to make decisions without their parents.
One of the things that I said was that I've never taken my kids to the doctor and been able to sign, and we don't have to stay here on this topic, and been able to not have to sign something. Whenever the doctors have to do anything to my kids, I have to be there to sign. So I was my mind was blown when y'all were saying, I say y'all because I think somebody else had said with you that you could go in and get gender reassignment surgery
without the parents' permission.
Without the parents' permission. Thank you, because I couldn't remember.
Because it didn't have an age.
Right.
Minors could go get gender reassignment
This
surgery
is what I
without the
was
parents'
trying
permission.
to understand in that moment, because I didn't have full context and I hadn't done enough research. And I think that that's what was said on here. Like, no, if that passes, that's what that means. I'm not. Put the mic on. Put the mic on, Matt. I'm not.
No, that's
exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said I've never, known my kids to go in and get any procedure done without my sign off, especially gender reassignment.
So would you disagree with what I said?
I know I disagree with.
It's not what I disagree with. I mean, you could, I'm going to pass it to him. It's that I was trying to understand that, and you guys were telling me that that's what that means. That if this law passes, that a minor could go get gender reassignment surgery.
Without parents' permission.
Without parents' permission.
And I said that's false.
And why?
Because the law does not state that you can get any gender reassignment surgery or anything that has to do with gender, reassignment, or medication or anything without a parent. There's nowhere in that law that states that. Now, what it does state is that it makes the law to where those things can happen despite what the age is that happens, because what happens is there are certain kids that have hormone deficiencies. They have different things that they need, certain medications and things that have to do with hormones. So they made sure that the age is not limited to where it can only be a certain age. So that the child can have it, but it has to have the consent of the parent. The child cannot just go get this surgery or anything without the parent.
It's so broad that it don't specifically state exactly what it's for. Like there was a bill before Prop 1 came, right? Where they targeted, which I feel is the most vulnerable youth that we have is homeless youth, right? They had a bill, I think it was done by Karen Reyes from the Bronx, from your area, right? Where they wanted to give kids, once again, they allowed to get certain medical procedures. I got the bill in my phone. I could text it to you, right? All of these bills are chain reactions to what they really trying to do. What they really trying to do is take the power away from the parent. Because what's the reason to put age in there if you're not of a certain age to make a decision for yourself, right? So like,
but in nowhere in it does it say that the child can make the decision on his own.
But
it says that the child can get the medication or whatever procedure necessary, regardless of what the age is. So what it's saying is like, because a lot of people don't understand what these hormones and things do to a lot of these children don't understand, right? And the parents don't understand. So what happens is the doctors need to be able to have statutes that say, okay, we can give this age person this procedure because it's necessary, right? So if it's no age inside there and it doesn't say regardless of the age, then a parent can sue and say, well, my child was too young for this, right? And they came in there. But if it takes away the limitation of the age, then they protect themselves based on whatever the situation is. Because like I had a friend who said that their child was getting hormones to where they was growing hair. It was a girl that was growing hair, way more hair than she was supposed to at the age of like 12 and 13. So they had to give her certain hormones to stop the hair, right? I had it was a male who was growing breasts, right? He had different hormones. So they have to be able to give him these medication, and whatever it is to stop the hormones. So it didn't matter what the age was. So they put the thing because they wanted to make sure that everybody understood that there are children that actually need some of these things.
Where does it say? See, that's the thing. Where does it say that? The issue is that you're using one medical lane. You saying that it's hormones or whatever the case is. Yeah. That's one thing in a very big aspect of what kids may deal with, right?
But my thing is this: you would have to. You're saying where does it say it? What I'm saying is this: the law already states that a child cannot have any procedure without a parent. That's already the law. That's the ground of a law. No child can walk in and have any type of procedure without a parent to sign off. This is a fact. So you're saying they're not rewriting anything that's saying that he has to do any. That's already the foundation of the law. So what they're doing is they're making sure that you understand that based on situations that we know with certain children at certain ages, they might have to have these surgeries, or they might have to have hormones given to them and certain medications, and it makes it legally to where they have the opportunity.
But you use it. That's what I'm trying to show you. You're using one medical outcome. You keep talking hormones. Mm-hmm. It's broad. You can't even just relegate it to that.
But even with that, the parent has to be present. But I'm trying to tell you, the child can't even walk in, and even the child got hair coming on, breasts and all that. The child cannot go to the doctor and say, "Yo, I got hormones," and you can do. No, the parent has to be there even to get that. So what I'm trying to say is they're letting you understand that we understand the criteria of the bill. We understand there's a lot of, speculation. There's a lot of, people that don't even understand it. And that's what happens. A lot of people that don't understand, certain realities. I'm not a transgender person, right? I've never been a trans. I don't know the reality of it. I don't know what they think. I don't know what they feel. Right. So what happens is people who are actually dealing with this, they have their own scientific studies. They have their own situations that they dealing with. I've never had any hormone deficiencies, so I wouldn't know what that is. So I can't tell you the reality of what the situation is, but I know that the bill that you're talking about does not state that a child can walk in there and just get a.
I want to say something.
I want to say something. It may not state that, but it's not specific enough because the beginnings of a child or whoever wanted to transition to another gender is they start taking hormone pills. So if you're allowing the gate wide open, like, okay, yes, if you have a condition that we need to fix, then you can take them. But what about the kids that's like, well, I want to be a girl, so I want.
Then their parents have to give them permission to get those.
But this is
and then the doctor has to agree with it too. All of these things, it's not just one step. The parent can't just, even the parent can't just walk in there and say, yo, give my child some hormones. Because now the doctor is liable for all of these things as well. So the doctor has to say, okay, why are we giving this child hormones, right? There might be medical conditions, there might be psychological, where they say this is what the person thinks, the parent agrees with it, and then now it's on the parent. But there's no doctor just giving the child.
Well, I want to say this about bills. Bills are ambiguous, right? It's not solid. When we look at these bills, you can interpret it different type of ways. The fact that we have different opinions on this one bill says that it's problematic. So like, even when you look at bills in the past, look at the Civil Rights Bill of 1964, right? People thought that it was specifically for black folks. You know who benefit from those bills more than black folks? Mm-hmm. White women, right? So,
but the reality of the situation, there's no bill that can be specifically for black folks.
No,
that's
I'm
against
not.
The
No, that's
so
just
that's what I'm saying. So anytime somebody tells you that, that's what I'm trying to tell you. When they say, yo, this, why we don't got a bill, there's legally, it is against the law that any bill can be for a specific race. That's any bill that they have. When they say they got an Asian hate bill, there's no such thing as an Asian hate bill. That's some shit that they called it. If you read the bill,
bro, I read that bill. It says specifically for Asian people.
That's not true.
We got into this argument online.
You can't get in the argument on. Listen to me.
But we could pull up the bill.
Pull up the bill. There's no way that's specifically for Asian. It's impossible.
Bro, it said for Asian people.
No, listen to me.
And they brought up the mask,
Just pull the bill.
the wearing the mask and everything.
Just read the bill in totality. If you read the bill, right? Just like when they can call something a George Floyd bill, they can call it this bill, but when you read the bill,
anybody can get that.
Anybody can get that. Anybody that falls under the criteria can get that. There's no law in the world that's going to be specifically for one race.
Right, because it's against the Constitution.
And that's why they just shut down the girls that was raising money for just black women.
It specifically says, following the spread of COVID-19 in 2020, there has been a dramatic increase in hate crimes and violence against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. According to a recent report, there were nearly 3,000 reported cases of anti-Asian discrimination and incidents related to COVID-19 between March 19, 2020 and February 28, 2021 in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. During this time frame, race has been cited as the primary reason for discrimination, making up over 90% of incidents, and the United States condemns and denounces any and all anti-Asian and Pacific Islander sentiment in any form. Roughly 36% of these incidents took place at businesses, and more than 2 million Asian American businesses have contributed to the diverse fabric of American life.
I don't think you need to go further.
But that does need to go further.
Because that's not the bill.
That's the pitch for the bill. That's not the bill.
He's reading the pitch.
He's reading the reason for the bill coming around. But
they not saying that Asian.
You got to keep reading.
Well, I'm trying to explain to you.
It specifically says who it's for.
That's the pitch.
It's just like when you. This is why when you say the Civil Rights Bill, when you read what the Civil Rights Bill was based on, it says the same shit about black people and all that. But when you read inside the bill, it does not discriminate against anybody can be held and benefit from know mice. I'm telling you, bro.
I don't know mice.
It is against
bro,
the Constitution.
This is the resolution.
I specifically recall a freestyle where you said the RICO was made to target us.
It was.
What are we talking about here?
But it doesn't mean that. But you see how they get anybody.
But Italians get got under RICO too.
I get it.
You see how they feel.
So we can't. So
there's always collateral. There's always collateral.
It's not written, but read between the lines.
No. Wait. Mike, hold on. Yes, if they came up with the RICO bill and we were in mind when they came up with it, cool, got that. But if the mafia gets popped
But
they're not going to be
for the mafia, and we fell underneath.
They're not going to. They're not going to
That's
say,
what it was
"Oh wait,
started
he's
for.
Italian. We can't
Clean
use the
Neighborhood
RICO
Act
on him."
was more for
Right, but if the Yakuza gets got, they're not going to say, "Oh, we can't use the RICO on them. They're all Japanese." That's not how that works. They're going to get everybody under the RICO.
I get it, but that doesn't mean.
But it's the same.
But the bill,
of the bill is specifically targeting certain people.
But the thing, what I'm trying to say is this: the bill was started because what's happened to the agents showed the need for the bill to be written. But there is no bill inside anywhere that is specifically for one race. That is against the Constitution. Anybody who tries to tell you that is completely wrong.
Race is a protected class.
Well,
right?
it is,
so race is a
but
protected
it
class.
can
So
target.
for a law to have that, right, to be discriminatory on its face, it needs to pass a test of substantial certainty. That's what you're talking about.
Exactly.
So now you bring in my law school back. And I cannot cite these things because
Verbatim, it's been many
it's been a
moves.
very long time, y'all. But what he's about to go into is the substantial certainty test. So that's right where you can
Pretty
explain.
much, exactly. So that's
Even
pretty
in the
much all it
trenches
is.
more than I
it's
have
just
on it.
understanding. I sat down with Ben Crump. I talked to the top. Whenever these bills come, I call Jamal Bowman. I call Jumaane Williams. I call, Benjamin Crump. I call Lee Merritt, and I ask specifically because when y'all start saying these things, I want to know. Whatever I don't know, I go to the people that I know.
Right.
So what I'm trying to tell you, and Ben Crump,
And I don't look at them as knowing, bro. Jamal Bowen, Jumaane Williams, all of them is shaky with their interpretations of things.
I'm just
bro.
trying to tell you this. I know they know more than me, and I know they studied it longer than I do, and I know they've actually passed legislation, and Jamal Bowman was on the floor passing legislation and going through it verbatim with the people that's passing the legislation, understanding what the laws is. So when he comes to me and I ask him, okay, what is this? And he explains to me, breaks it down piece by piece, I believe him.
Do you actually look at it for yourself, though?
Yeah, but I'm saying that's how we go through it. I don't just come to you. We sit down and say, what is this? And we go over it piece by piece so I can be able to interpret it to somebody else. I don't just say something if I don't know. Like, that's not what I do. If I don't know, I'm going to say I don't know, or I'm going to study and try to figure out. But I know specifically that the reason why we started this, because I specifically heard you sit in this chair right there and said that kids can get operations without their parents. That was exactly what you said. And I said, that is cap.
Well, let me clear that up. The way the bill is written, right? I'm going to clear that up. The way that bill is written, right? It says age, right? And now you saying it's used for age in a different way. I agree with Math. It opens up the door.
It's a gateway.
Yeah, it opens up the door, bro.
It can be corrective, or it can be.
It's different. It's different from what I said.
It can serve as the early stages of transition.
The problem is the base of the law is minors can't get anything without parents' permission, and doctors also have to have a
guardian's
off.
permission. Correct.
Well, that's still an adult. And then there's the doctor.
No. See that's where it gets sticky.
It's not sticky though.
It is sticky.
No, you dead ass
need fucked up parent. Then
you got a fucked up parent.
Then you still run into a doctor, and now the doctor has to be fucked up.
That's what happens. Then the doctor says, okay, based on my assessment, this shit that this parent is saying, it doesn't coincide with what needs to go on here. Now that's what.
What if they now? Remember, it says you can't discriminate. They added new classes to that. To the Prop 1, and age was one, right?
Discriminate.
Let's just say you have a child and you don't agree with what they want to do medically, and they run away.
Yeah.
And they say, you know what? I don't want to go back home. I don't want to do this. And they get a new set, or they wards of the state.
Right. Then what?
Then what happens? They can make their own decisions.
Sign off? No.
Who's gonna sign off?
What do you mean? Who's going to sign off?
An adult still has to sign off. If you're a
the
ward of the
state
state,
gotta do it. If you're a ward
First
of
of
the
all,
state, then
do you
the
know
state-
that a ward of the state is a minor? You're still a minor.
Then it goes back.
But understand that this bill is saying that should be a right.
And the basis of the bill that we're discussing, the basis is you need a parent or guardian to do anything.
Because you got.
Y'all tripping.
You familiar with Karen
No,
Ryan?
you looking for the
Reyes?
boogeyman.
Y'all
She's
tripping.
from your community, right? They got other bills to help accompany this. I just told you about the bill where they want to give homeless kids, right, medical procedures. I'm gonna give it to you when we finish here, right? All of these bills work in conjunction with each other, because now what if a kid they run away from home and they find someone to say, or a lawyer to say, I'm gonna sue on your behalf because they're not supposed to discriminate against you because of age. Now it becomes a problem.
And that can happen.
But you could say, but what I'm trying to tell you, the basis of any medical procedure is that in order for you to have that medical procedure, you have to be an adult or you have to have the permission of your parents. That doesn't
Or guardian.
Or guardian. So what I'm trying to tell you, they never eliminated the foundation of what it is.
And you can't get past
So
that.
you can't get past the foundation. It's just like if they say, okay, you can turn on right, but the red light is still there. I don't give a fuck what happened. You still got to go straight. You can't just get around the red light because now they changed and they made a different lane in the street. The red light is. I understand what you're saying, and what I'm trying to say is this: that's a discussion to have, and that's something that somebody could push back on. I don't see it really happening because the foundation of what medical procedures is, and the the child and parental relationship according to medical is established.
So let me ask you a question. If your child needed an HPV shot, right? Would you feel okay for them to get that shot without your permission?
No.
Well, that's what Liz Kruger, the person who wrote the Prop 1, and she got a bill out there right now saying that same thing. So we can't.
So
What I'm trying to say is
don't matter. It's on the floor.
So
The bill hasn't
let me say
passed.
this. Let me say this, right? This is what I'm trying to say. And this is the foundation of what it is to me. There are transgender people. Like I said, I don't know shit about being a transgender. I don't know the mind state. I don't know nothing that comes with it.
You don't have no friends?
I don't have no friends or nothing that's trans. I don't have none of that. So what I'm trying to tell you is there are people who've been like this their whole life. They advocating for some shit that me and you don't even understand. So I'm not saying that it's not happening, but they're telling you that this is shit that we've been going through our whole life that me or none of us can understand. So they're going to advocate on that. This lady might have transgender friends. She might have grew up with a transgender brother that she's seen suffer his whole life. So what she's advocating for is something that maybe she understands that we don't. So now what happens is she advocates for it. It goes to the floor. The bill got to get passed. I'm not saying that they aren't people that have their own agenda, that have their own reality that's different than ours. That's a reality.
Right.
So this is what the world is about. It's billions of people here. Everybody don't think the same. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. For me, niggas like, oh, they giving transgender surgeries in jail. I don't give a fuck about a transgender getting a surgery. It's transgender's been in jail my whole life. You think I knew if the nigga went and got a surgery? You think I gave a fuck if he got a surgery? You think it affected me in any way? How does that affect? If a nigga put a tampon in the bathroom next to me, you think what the fuck I'm gonna do with the tampon? I'm not using a tampon. Why should that affect me to the point? You know what affects me? The police shooting and killing us outside. If I get pulled over, my son get pulled over, I know my son gonna talk, he might talk reckless. Why you pulling me over? I know they might kill him. And if they get immunity, that affects my life directly. The shit we talking about, the transgender represent 1% of the fucking population, bro. This shit we talking about is not on a grander scheme of the reality.
I don't want to make this a transgender thing.
Okay, when you say 1% of the population, you got to understand it comes from another population that's very large in our country.
But they've been here.
But there's when you say 1%,
I knew gay niggas that was in third and second grade with me. I knew they was gay from there. So it's not like they wasn't here. My fucking teacher, Mr. Dobbins, I know Mr. Dobbins was gay. That nigga was gay since we was fucking in kindergarten.
Yeah,
so what I'm trying to tell you. These niggas been here. So what I'm trying to say is, what is it about? This is what I'm against. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. We wasn't having none of these discussions, and they was in the school.
Right.
This shit been happening. So what I'm trying to say is this. Y'all worried about shit, and I get it, like, right? But I'm trying to say, if I'm raising my son properly, like I'm supposed to, he not going to school and coming back no way. The fuck niggas, somebody going to school and coming back a woman. That's on you. That means you're not a father.
You can't guarantee
How?
that. You can't guarantee that.
You telling me that somebody got more of an influence on your child?
Yo, Mr. Lefty, gun up in the right palm. You can't say that. You can't say that.
That means
how did your moms raise you? What did you end up? What lifestyle did you end up taking?
No, no. I'm not talking
Come on,
about
bro.
There's no difference, bro.
No, it is different.
How?
It's not a difference.
What I'm trying to explain to you is this, right? This is my personal. I'm not moving to go, but I'm just telling you my personal opinion.
Right.
I don't know nobody that wasn't gay and turned gay. The niggas that I know was gay, I always knew they was gay. Their mother and father probably didn't want to believe they was gay, but they was always gay. So what I'm trying to say is, if if you doing what you're supposed to do as a father and you raising your son like a man, right? If that's not what he is, then it's gonna show anyway. I never see nobody influence a nigga to be gay. I just never seen it. Unless I think somebody taking advantage of a child. I'm just talking about at a certain age, right?
Yeah.
You already are who you are. And if you have the right guidance, like we should be raising our kids.
No, I agree.
Like, this is what
I
I'm saying.
agree with you.
Cool to be
I agree
gay.
with you.
What happens when it's cool to be gay? Because these kids think it's
Bro, think about the time. No, Mike, think about this, Mike.
I don't know no man that thinks I know girls that do. I just don't know no man that think it's cool to be gay. You know a nigga that think it's cool.
No, listen.
Listen.
He got a point. When we was growing up, how many rappers or whatever we seen men in skirts and carrying pocketbooks? I grew up during the time where if you wore a fanny,
I was right in Harlem, dog. Dog was one of the flyest niggas out here, and Dog was in Harlem with kilts and pocket. The nigga was wearing all type of shit.
Mysonne,
everybody was doing. It was different shit.
We grew up during the time.
Like it's something new.
No, we grew up during the time. If you wear a fanny pack, we was looking at you funny.
I'm saying, but there was some niggas still doing it, and they didn't care.
And they wasn't going anywhere.
And they wasn't going nowhere, bro. They still here.
So you don't think that something is wrong with everything that we see on TV?
I do. No, what I'm trying to say is, so what I'm saying is, that's what I'm trying to say is, whatever you see on TV, you have the opportunity to raise your child. When your child sees something, it ain't gonna stop because you hiding it from him, or you trying to tell him not. Have a conversation with your son about what's going on.
You can't hide it.
Like I have real conversations with my sons. At 10 and 13 years old, like we having real conversation. When they see shit, I'm having real conversation with them. Nobody knows what somebody's outcome gonna be, but I know that I'm giving them every bit of the nurturing possible to be the man that they supposed to be.
And there's still a possibility they could turn out.
But they was gonna do that anyway. That was gonna happen.
You're not changing nature.
No. You can't say that, bro. When you have a government that has like fucking unlimited resources targeting you with an agenda.
I believe that
versus one parent.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's
why you gotta have the same agenda. But if we keep talking about the government's agenda and we not combating the agenda with our own agenda, then how we gonna win?
You have to.
So that's what I'm saying.
But it's still not a guarantee, bro.
But nothing is a guarantee, Mav. I'm creating an organization called Raising Kings, where I'm teaching men about man, young boys from age 4 up about manhood. It's going to be a whole thing where we go right to passage because these kids don't know. And if we're not doing it, then you mad at the government because they got it. It's gay people that want the way they live to be prevalent. There's transgender niggas that I want to feel normal. So they fighting for their way of life. So if we don't fight back for our way of life, how you gonna get mad at somebody else for fighting for their way of life?
But I'm not opposed. I'm not against that. I'm opposed.
Because they gonna fight for how they live. They want to be comfortable. They want to walk outside. They want to be viewed as normal. They tired of the stigma they had to hide and all that shit. That's the reality.
We can't ignore that this community has been bullying people with their numbers.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why you gotta bully them back. But they can't really bully with the number because we outnumber them. The problem is you focus on somebody that's organized. This community is organized. They are organizing better than us. We think it's just, fuck that. You mad, organized. Create the organizations you want to see. That's what I'm saying. I'm creating men organization where I'm raising men to be men. I'm going state to state. I'm getting other men that live the way that I want to live, that conduct themselves the way, and we're going to open academies all over the country and teach them with men and show it and make it look like it's cool. We got to make it be cool
Would
again.
you believe in these New York City schools, they had drag queen reading hour? You heard about that?
Never heard of it.
Bro, that's been all over the news.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And that's the shit that we need to go against because there's no way that our kids should be given anything about sexuality and all of that before we give it to them. There's no way. There's no way in elementary. I'm totally against that. I don't think these kids should be even engaging in it. No teacher should be teaching my child about no shit like that.
I mean, it's not, bro, everywhere you turn, like when I was working for New York City Transit and I'm a conductor, I'm on a train, I'm seeing ads of 2 men kissing each other.
Me too.
Yeah.
They got the whole, I was driving from downtown. They had a big billboard with the drag queen inside the closet talking about I'm coming out. I don't know what it was. It was very strange to me. And I'm like, damn, this is. So I'm not saying that I believe there is definitely
an agenda.
There's an agenda because what happens is there are a lot of people in power that's their reality, and they want people to know it. They want to normalize their reality, and I want them to be safe. I want you to be safe. I want you to be able to love who you want to love. I want you to be able to live who you want to live. but I still want to make sure that I protect my kids, right? I want to make sure that I'm raising my kids the way I want to. And we have to be intentional instead of. You got to do that. That's I'm saying. So we can't focus on what because they're not going to stop. You think the billionaire, gay or transgender man that got money to be able to put these posters and all that shit going to stop because he wants to feel comfortable in his society. He's going to do whatever. He's going to organize with the rest of the people like him. Whenever there's a LGBTQIA issue, the LGBTQIA, they're going to organize together, right? And they're going to do what they want to do. So if you have an issue with something, if these bills are something that you have an issue with, if you think the language, because maybe you're right. But I'm just, my perspective is not inside the bill right now. You saying it's vague, cool. So that's something we should argue, right? If you feel like it's vague and you want to make sure the kids are protected, so
clearly. No, listen. I mean, I went up to Albany. I went up to Albany and sat down with the legislators who created it.
But but it's not just you. See what I'm saying? You're not organizing because if you come in there with 200 of you,
no, we came in there. We came in there with like 50 people.
Yeah, so I'm saying, well, you got to let all of us know because we don't know about this shit, right? So if you see something that's targeting our kids as somebody that's in certain rooms, because if I seen it, I'm getting on my social media. I'm saying, yo, look, this is exactly what's going on, and we need to be here. Like I always do. Mm-hmm. So that's how we got to utilize our voice. We got to move collectively because if you think there's an agenda to target our kids and you know shit that's in schools that's targeting our kids and we not having those conversations, we not building, moving as a unit, right? Because everybody's saying, oh, we got to... I guarantee if you got on social media and said, yo, this right here is happening and we need 1,000 men to show up on this day. You know what I mean? Men to be there.
Why do you think is the reason why we can't move as a unit?
Because nobody's trying to organize us.
Who said we can't?
Nobody's organizing us.
Who said we can't?
Whenever I try to move as a unit,
there's no effort. It seems like it's more.
No, there's an effort.
There's an effort.
It seems like it's a lot of egos involved.
And I want to applaud Mice for creating the organization.
Like you said, I think it is ego. And I don't really think it's ego. I think people are caught up in their own agenda. Right? Because we all have similar issues, right? But a lot of times you focus on this, we don't find the intersection to where we all unite. We focus on the shit that differs, that we differ from, right? And that's our problem as Black people. I don't like the way he wears his hat. Oh, he over there doing that. But the reality is we all trying to get one agenda. We want all the rights. We want rights. It's certain shit that they taking from all of us. So let's focus on that and fuck his hat, fuck the gang he in, all that shit. Right now, they gonna kill any one of us so they don't know about the rest of the shit we talking about. Mm-hmm. So we need to focus on collectively coming up with the intersection instead of focusing on the difference. It's a bunch of, like every leader that you got inside our era, like I'm cool with all of them for the most part. Unless you feeding our kids poison on purpose, I don't have no issue with a Black man.
Yeah, that's happening too.
That's it. Unless you academics on them niggas, I don't care. You cool with me.
You don't fuck with academics.
That ain't a secret.
Because it's like, what have you done positive to the culture? Like if you a millionaire nigga, you never did one thing positive for this culture, and only thing you've been included in is minutiae and violence and agitating and promoting negativity, and you ain't even donate a fucking turkey to the community. I never seen you at a school giving books or saying, hey, I'm gonna give $1,000 to a kid just nothing.
If you've never seen it, does that mean
here you go saying you don't like his hat?
Yeah, but I'm saying
here you go.
You know what I'm saying? I still like him. His hat might be the thing I like.
You still on the Gucci strike?
Yeah, I'm Gucci.
Yeah, I'm still on the fucking Gucci strike.
I've been off Gucci. But I really wasn't even talking about his hat, but that's true.
I think that it's important for all of us to understand that we are not discriminating against anyone.
No.
We all have our own ideals. We all have our own dreams, and our children are kind of like in our care until they become adults. And we would just prefer for people not to push adult decisions on them as kids.
That's a fact. I'm all for that. I don't think nobody's going to disagree with that.
Mike, I said this stuff last time we had this conversation. I got killed.
You ain't say it like that.
You got killed. I got killed. I said my kids have never been able to.
I got killed for not crying. I got killed for not having kids and mentioning it. And what I've come to realize is, when a parent hears somebody without kids say, you got to parent your kids.
Yeah,
They almost hear you're not parenting your kids or you're parenting your
because
kids.
you make it seem like it's an easy fix.
I never said that.
Man,
I said, stop.
What we hear,
I said the exact
what we hear
same
is a
thing.
person with no kids talking to us. That's what we hear.
I said the exact same thing he said. I literally said the same shit.
But he got kids, he can say it. You can't.
What fucking difference does it make?
Stop. Yeah. Look,
No. Wait. Stop.
Go get something pregnant. Nigga.
No.
Get something pregnant.
No. Chill.
Talk to me when you get something pregnant.
Those of us in the community who do not have children have just as much invested in this community as somebody with kids. I got nieces, nephews. Fuck that. I got nieces, nephews. I got your kids. I got his kids.
That's right.
I got my brother's kids. Like, fuck out of here. Just because I didn't make any, you think I don't give a fuck? That has nothing to do with nothing.
You put words in my mouth because I never said you don't give a fuck. I just said I don't give a fuck about your opinion when you talk about kids.
Okay. Granted, my opinion is his opinion. And he has kids. My opinion is his opinion.
No.
And he has kids.
Okay.
That's all I've ever said from the door. And for the parents out there who are getting at me, please just remember, I'm not judging what you do or what you don't do because I'm not in your house. My answer is simple. You have to be the front line for your children.
That's a fact.
It can't be anybody else.
You know,
and there's always going to be somebody who wants your kid's mind for something. It has to be you.
No,
you got to be the last line.
It was the simplicity and the what parent you?
Yeah, like it was.
It's so smug when he said it. Like then parent your little animal.
Now
get out of here.
See, mad because I said it with confidence.
As parents.
Word, that shit's crazy.
I know math.
I find a different way to say it. My bad.
No, because you do make it seem like it's simple, but
I never said that.
It's the way that you deliver it.
I can't help how you interpret my words. My words are the same thing.
This is the thing.
Perspective.
We all take care of our kids. We good parents in here.
Rock
you
out.
know how it feels to have your child come from school and ask you about something that they didn't see in the house or whatever the case is. Where'd you learn this from? Where'd you get that from?
Right.
Like
But that's every day on every subject. That's not just. We were
on
talking
certain
specifically about gender reassignment.
My son
asked
asked about two women being together.
It's gonna happen.
Was that
happening when you was growing up?
Hold on. Was that a question?
No, it's not a question.
No, wait. Was that a question to me specifically? Like, have I ever had that happen?
No, it's not a question.
We spinning the block on this topic. I think we kind of.
Okay, just so you know, the answer is yes. In a lot of houses, believe it or not, I'm the cool uncle. And I get the questions that they don't want to give their parents. I get those calls. After dad went to work and mommy's doing whatever. Yo, Uncle Mac, can you talk? I gotta.
No, but it is different saying, can you talk, than
your
your 8-year-old son. My son 8 years old.
I'm not
and
saying
I look at my kids and I see their future.
If he come ask me a question, you want to get down. Where you get it from? Who told it to you?
What makes you think I don't ask that? Spin. I'm not.
Bro,
I'm never.
Nobody's saying that you don't.
But he's bringing it up as if that's not my reality.
Karate now. You just.
Mac,
it wouldn't look like that if I was doing it.
We spinning the block on it.
Being an uncle, no disrespect, and being a father is two totally different things.
I never said.
No, because you saying you trying to correlate being a father to being an uncle.
You asked the question. You don't know what it's like to have somebody come from school and do X, Y, Z, A, B, and C. I'm letting you know that I do. My amount of emotional, physical work, and investment in that kid can never be the same as a parent. And I'll never sit here and tell you it is.
So we don't want to hear your examples.
But to sit
we don't want to hear your examples.
But to sit here and
we don't want to hear your great uncle. We don't give a fuck about that.
But to sit here
I'm a great uncle. I'm a great uncle.
I'm a great uncle.
I'm a very responsible uncle.
Let me know when they're done. Let me know when they're done.
No, we spinning the block on this. We spinning
Nah.
Get your last word, man. I'm going outside.
Let me know when they done. Y'all done? Y'all done? Cool. You done?
Off this time, are we moving on?
Math? You done?
No, I'm not.
Okay, let me know when you're done.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mac. Mac, go ahead.
I'm a chill. I'm waiting. Quite mature. We talk about
And
kids.
see,
The kids
a
are super
parent
important.
would never be that immature.
You are a parent.
Man, we spinning the block on
The
this.
point is, I would never sit here and put myself on the same level of a parent, but to pretend like I'm not worried when I hear certain shit coming out of the kids that I care about, I'm legit worried.
No, I hear
I'm not gonna try and match up to a parent's level of worry. I can't even pretend. That would be stupid. I'd be lying. That would be cap. But to sit here and act like I'm not worried, to sit here and act like I don't call the parent.
No. You just don't think that you're qualified to give the opinion.
To give a fuck about a kid?
No,
it's not.
You're twisting words.
It's not
No,
about.
what am I not qualified to do?
You're not qualified to speak on issues that parents have because you're not a parent.
That's
it's
bullshit.
Simple.
That's bullshit.
It's simple. It's
That's
like
bullshit.
somebody
That's
saying,
bullshit.
"Yo, let me tell you what's going on in the U.S. Navy. Are you part of the U.S. Navy? No, but I know what." Nah,
Wait a minute.
Like,
You're not a part of the government and you sit there and kicking about what's happening there every day. That's not the same. That's a bad analogy.
We are part of the government.
You're not like us.
We are part of the government.
You're not like us.
Who's us?
All right, I'm just saying the parents in the room.
So okay, so if I didn't give a fuck about kids at all,
nobody's saying that. Stop repeating.
I'm asking
like
a question. If I didn't give a fuck about kids at all, what kind of person would that make me?
Why are you asking me this question?
Because you're the one who's on that front. So I'm asking you.
You're
I think
placing me on the front
Yeah.
to make yourself come back around and be like, see, I was
Mecca, you
no,
tripping.
I'm
man,
asking a
I'm
question,
just
bro.
saying,
You tripping, bro.
if you're not a parent, we don't like you can give your opinion. It's cool.
We saying we
So
parents.
you're not
saying
gonna-
with that said,
Yeah.
don't get upset when I state my opinion. You shouldn't put that much weight.
Listen,
On it. You shouldn't put that much weight on it.
I'm not
Shouldn't
gonna
put
put
that much weight on it.
No, it's not about your opinion, but we talking.
He just said it's about my opinion.
If he
Pick
said
a
that,
team
he
and
said
play.
that. But what I'm saying,
I said that.
Yeah.
The rest of y'all can feel
so
how y'all want.
look, if we saying we speaking from a parental point of view, you come in and saying, well, I'm
Spinning
an
the
uncle.
block.
Okay.
We talking about the parent. Like it's
Okay.
not the same to me.
But the subject is the same.
nah.
Yes, it is.
Make us
subject's
holding
the
the
same.
room hostage.
Nah,
The
bro.
kid,
Let's
the
let
kid
this
is
go.
the subject. The kid is the subject, right?
The
Children are the subject.
Make we understand, bro.
I'm talking to him. You didn't want to get involved.
we got a show.
I'm talking to
We're having a
him.
private conversation.
I'm talking to him. You didn't want to get involved. Now you're shooting in bail. Now you got to rest. All right, cool. Spins off the hot.
Kimberly is reading all your trauma right now.
No, I'm reading the comments. But I do want to say something about what you said about the uncle thing. Because there's a lot of kids that don't have fathers. So I think you should take it back now.
No.
I think you should take back the uncle thing.
No.
Because some uncles do care.
I'm not saying.
Some kids
They
don't have
don't.
a father and they uncles
Well,
raise
just
them.
use guardians. But the
Okay,
kids,
okay.
the kids that we talking about in this room has fathers.
No.
He's a father. He's a father. He's a father. You're a mother. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about here.
There is a special card that you get when you have a kid that allows you to do certain things. You don't have the card, bro.
Where's your card?
That's it.
Where's your card?
You can't get in the club.
Where's your card? Pull your card out. Where's your card?
Simple.
Where's your card?
My card is
Imaginary.
My card's in
Your
the
card's
crib.
imaginary.
Well, I got like 5 cards in the crib.
Your card's
right now.
imaginary.
What are you talking about?
Your card's
What are you
imaginary. Your
talking
card's
about?
imaginary.
All right.
All right.
I think I just wanted y'all to kind of, because you said I was reneging back there. I think what y'all told me the gender reassignment. I just want to hear Kim, we were wrong. We were wrong.
Nobody's.
But y'all was wrong because you said that. You did say
It's
that.
opening up the gate. If
Yeah,
y'all
but you
can't see
said-
past that one bill, I don't know what
No,
to
no,
say.
no. It's not even about that one bill. It's about how the statement was made about gender reassignment
I think
surgery being
she's
had.
saying that you gave her
The impression
Bad
that it was
the
happening.
impression like it was happening now.
Yeah.
You
That's what you
gave
said.
me false information, and then y'all made it look like I didn't know what I was talking about. All I said was I don't know any cases like that, and I didn't do enough research on it. So
Well, you didn't know what you was talking about because you ain't have enough cases and you ain't do the research.
I didn't do the research on it.
All right.
Now that
That's
she
what-
has.
But I did say I don't know any cases like that, and y'all would like, no, you can get gender reassignment surgery with this bill.
Yeah.
That's what y'all
I believe
said.
it's going to open up the gates for that.
That's what you
Absolutely.
said. That's what
But
you said.
I think it is.
You
think it
said
is.
That wasn't what you said.
I think it
Is
is.
that what you said,
Nope,
Spin?
that's not what
Say
you said. That's
sorry.
why I'm here.
Take it back. Take it back. That's why we got my son on.
I cleared it up with my son. When
Why
he
you
first
clear
came.
it up with me?
My son ain't cleared up.
Why you clear it up with
He
me?
did.
I cleared it up.
Why
me.
you ain't cleared up with me?
Why I gotta bring my son for you to clear it up?
You ain't bring
I
my
didn't
son.
bring my
You
son.
ain't bring my son.
Why I had to bring
Oh,
my
shit.
son?
That's the Bronx dude.
Hold on.
You're on your
Hold on,
Bronx
Kim.
shit right
You
now.
made Kim Osorio feel like
Yeah,
she didn't
yo.
know what she was talking about.
Yeah.
You violated.
Yeah.
Violated.
Got the big homie on you, Spin.
All right.
Yeah, you guessing it.
Bronx shit, man.
All right. What was the spin-off from this? So we talking about kids, we're on like, caring.
You want us to jump into
Topic.
some music since Mike's on here?
This is a man's world. This is a man's This is a man's world. This is a man.
To all the good women, God bless you all. I ain't even trying to stress you all. If the world up and just left you all on the edge to fall, I'll rescue y'all like a fireman.